Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is LittleMarMan. We have another zombies video. This one is going to be all about DLC 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 3's second DLC. Of course, the first DLC contained the map of Der EISENDRACHE, which has actually given us a lot of direction and a lot of hints for DLC 2. I'm going to cover all of those in this video, as well as some leaks that have come out about DLC 2, some of the release dates, and some of my Easter egg theories. So before I do, I want to firstly apologize for not uploading the past 5 days. I think it is, and that is all due to, of course, one of my wires in my PC actually decided to sort of burn out, and my PC sort of melted a good bit of plastic inside it, and that was all due to some of the power cables being a bit dodgy. But if you were following me on Twitter, then you would know all of this and why I wasn't uploading. So if you're not already, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/LittleMarMan, to keep up to date with all zombie news and theories, and of course just to connect with me personally. So without further ado, let's get straight into DLC 2 talk. Let's kick things off with the release date. So basically, a lot of people are going to the website of videogamesblogger.com, taking out this chart and being like, well, these have gotten it right all last year and all this year so far, so they must sort of get these DLC dates right, and it's going to come out April 5th, and that's pretty much it. So Activision have not confirmed a date for, of course, this map pack. It could very well be April 5th for PS4 and May 5th for, of course, Xbox, but this website has been wrong in the past. I checked this back in December just to see when sort of Der EISENDRACHE was actually being released. It had sort of not February 2nd, but it actually had sort of a date back at the end of January, and for DLC 3 it had, I think, an earlier date in June as well, because I wanted to see whether or not DLC was coming out sort of in the middle of my exams or not, because I'm doing exams back down in June, and sort of this website has been continuously changing these and updating them when more information comes out. So them claiming to be 100% right so far and stuff isn't a very sort of truthful statement. So moving on from, of course, release dates, let's talk setting and location. So basically, in, of course, the map of Shadows of Evil, we pieced together a note from Richtofen, and on this piece of paper we had coordinates to the island of Pohnpei. We also had a sort of coordinate location for the map of Der EISENDRACHE in the Austrian mountains, as well as one for the Giant. The other one is actually for Stalingrad. I probably should mention that. That's probably going to be DLC 3. I've already covered all this in a sort of all DLC locations video. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I go more in depth, but basically we have the coordinates of our next zombies map. These coordinates, of course, bring us to the island of Pohnpei, which are in the federal states of Micronesia. It's just down a bit from Japan and across from the Philippines. And obviously, this is an island map, and we also get an island map referenced in many Der EISENDRACHE ciphers all around the map. And of course, the letter pieced together that was scattered all around this map as well, pieced together by Bosnian, shows us a message from Takeo to his emperor, and he talks all about Division 9, Group 935, how he is a spy, and of course he references an island map. And that is pretty much all you need to know. Like, I do sort of a more in-depth video on that if you want to sort of get this sort of hidden meanings and stuff behind a lot of the things that he says, and sort of the full translation. Definitely check that out. A link will be in the description below. But all we need to really take from it is that he does reference Division 9 and an island map. So we've had an island map thrown at us coordinates wise, along with sort of confidence in sort of the coordinates of the Giant, and of course the coordinates of Der EISENDRACHE. So I presume the next coordinates, which is the island of Pohnpei, is going to be the next DLC. There's a small chance that we could get the island of Stalingrad, but I reckon Treyarch are actually going to sort of roll into DLC 3 with that location. But an island map for DLC 2 with a lot of Takeo Emperor references, and of course more information on Group 935 and of course Division 9. So let's talk a bit about the storyline and some Easter eggs that we can expect in DLC 2. So the storyline goes that basically Shadows of Evil, Richtofen acquired the summoning key. That was all to sort of kill all the older sort of subjects, or rather the original test subjects, the 1.0s if you will. Basically we kill the older Richtofen, he traps him in the summoning key. Then of course in sort of this DLC 1, Der EISENDRACHE, we kill the older Dempsey, and of course then trap him in the summoning key. And if we're heading to an island which has been referenced and linked back to Takeo, I presume we are going to, of course, kill the older Takeo and trap him in the summoning key. So, just as any story goes, there is always a bit of a twist in the midsection. It just spices things up and sort of brings out a bit of conflict. So whether or not Takeo is actually going to put out a bit of a fight back to this and make the Easter egg a bit harder to accomplish. Like, time will only tell with that, but I presume that is the way it's going to go, or there is going to be a bit of a sort of hiccup in the whole process, which sort of brings us to DLC 3 when we do it for Nikolai, and then DLC 4, all of our actions that we sort of messed up on and stuff are all going to have an effect and sort of make that map what it is sort of shaping up to be. So DLC 2, Easter egg wise, I think we're going to have to eliminate Takeo, trap him in the summoning key. In the summoning key is of course the Shadow Man, the original Richtofen, and of course the original Dempsey. So whether or not they can communicate in there would be sort of pretty funny to see if we got like a cutscene or something like that. But yeah, they are the ones trapped in there at the moment. Well, they're the ones that we know are trapped in there at the moment. And do let me know some of your Easter egg theories down in the comment section below. And of course, leaks wise, the sort of katana or Takeo's sword has actually been leaked so far, but it doesn't really have too much evidence behind it. Obviously, the leak came through Glitching Queen. She does put up a lot of great content, and it came from one of her reliable sources. But me, I'm not really one for leaks too much unless it is followed by a lot of course, evidence, or whether or not there's like storyline factors pointing towards this backing up, like whatever sort of leak is actually coming up. Or unless I really get overly hyped about this leak and basically I just go crazy, then I'll upload a video on it. But other than that, it's not something that I would sort of take sort of on board yet, but it would be very cool if we actually finally got to use the sword of Takeo. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Do smash that like button if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and of course let me know some of your opinions down in the comment section below. I'm going to leave it here though. Hope you all have an amazing day. Once again, peace out, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in another video very soon.